guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rise. We're back here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Petersburg, but we have something quite a bit different for you when it comes to luxury and performance. It's this vehicle right here. This is a Porsche Panamera Turbo. But before we get into this beefed up, twin turbocharged V8 all-wheel drive German luxury performance sedan, let's talk about what's going on here. Porsche. When anybody says the name Porsche, and that's how you're supposed to pronounce it, it's not Porsche, it's Porsche, people will automatically think 911. That is the iconic halo car of the brand. But it's interesting because over the years, Porsche has had some very creative examples of performance vehicles. I think the 1980s, well, technically mid to late 70s and 1980s was a very special time for Porsche when you looked at things like the Porsche 928, which was supposed to replace the mighty 911, the Porsche 924, 944, and 968. And then of course, when you get through the decades and you get closer to Y2K, you start to see the Boxster, the Cayman, and then they came out with this car right here, the Panamera. Now, I'll be honest with you, I was a little disappointed in Porsche for bringing out the Panamera. I always felt that Porsche was all about sports cars and performance. There's no way you could have a four-door car. Well, now we know lots of different brands bring some heavy-duty, high horsepower numbers to four-door usability, and Porsche with this Panamera is no exception. But what you're gonna find is some power and of course that motorsports pedigree that gets pumped through the DNA of this Panamera. So what I wanna find out is, if you're looking for a performance sedan and you've been thinking about a BMW M5, you've been thinking about an AMG Mercedes or an Audi, is the Panamera the one you should be buying over the competition, especially this Panamera Turbo? Let's go ahead, let's dive in and find out. Right off the bat, one thing you're gonna realize about this particular vehicle is that it pretty much has every option box checked off. To start off the bat, you have a specific color called Dolomite Silver. That is an optional color, and it's kind of cool because silver is the racing color of Germany. This being a German brand, obviously silver does very well on many of their different models, but this bluish silver is really working very well. Now at the front of the business, you're gonna notice the updated Porsche headlight system. So you're gonna have your LED daytime running lamp. That's the quad daytime running lamp setup, and then you have adaptive headlight LED in the center that's gonna move with the steering wheel, working your way down, LED turn signals, and I love the ginormous vents on both corners to bring tons of cooling air to all those heat exchangers. We have the Dolomite Silver all over the lower portion, and then as we come across that very iconic shape, it's funny because even though obviously the Panamera is a four-door sedan and the 911 is a two-door sports car, in some cases, depending on the model, a two-door supercar, you still see the family resemblance very, very clearly. Now on the lower portion, you'll notice that you have a forward-facing camera. We got active shutters that are gonna open and close to bring more cool air to the front of the vehicle. And then we have that clean body style where the body lines actually pick up on the nose and go into the hood. No big bulge, just sleek, sexy shape. And then you have the Porsche crest. Straight from Stuttgart, as we zoom in, you'll notice you have the prancing horse. That's the same exact horse from Ferrari, and the German colors, of course. Now, as we come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire setup. You're gonna notice more option boxes checked off. We have 21-inch wheels, Turbo S style wheels like off a 911 Turbo S, 275 on the width, 35 series sidewall, and get ready for those Chiquita banana yellow massive brake calipers. I mean, if I had a banana that size to make a banana split with, I'm telling you, I would be the happiest guy in the world with that much ice cream and that much banana. But obviously, whenever you see yellow, here's a little fun fact. If you ever see yellow on a factory color caliper from Porsche, that automatically designates we have the carbon ceramic brake rotor. So Lurking behind the split spoke design, I'm gonna have Steven come back in and show you the massive pizzeria style carbon ceramic brake rotor, of course, 2-piece rotor. And then we're gonna have adaptive dampers all 4 corners. We got Pilot Sport 4 tires from Michelin, and that all-wheel drive that's gonna give us the grip, gonna give us the stick. Now, as we come down the side, I'm gonna have Steven kind of circle around and show you the functional side fender vent in that black paint. This particular example has the body color matching mirror caps with the turn signals. You're gonna have that beautiful panoramic sunroof. And believe it or not, this is an option to have the black painted door handles. I think I would have went color match. I'm gonna zonk it. Let me know how you feel. I'm going color match on the door handles, but you got the black trim around the window openings, and I like the color match side sill extension. As we come towards the rear, guess what? Just like up front, it's a little bit smaller banana, but still mighty size on that Chiquita banana yellow brake caliper with the carbon ceramic brake disc. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size out back? 315 on the width. Just to put that into perspective, that's the same width tire that's on my Shelby GT350R. 315, 21-inch wheels all the way around. Now, as we come around the bend, besides the front, one of my favorite parts is that rear fender. Love the way it's got that classic shape, that classic design. You're gonna notice this Buzz Lightyear rear wing. This actually pops up and down. It's an active piece of aero. I left it in the up position just because I thought it kind of added a little bit more aggressive style. And it's kind of, like I said, looks like the wing off of Buzz Lightyear's jetpack. The way that it's designed, and it's cool because when it rises up, it kind of extends out. You'll notice beautiful LED lighting on the taillights, just like the headlights. We got the Porsche name, so much history. No other brand has won the 24 Hours of Le Mans more than Porsche. And then dropping it like it's hot, we got that quad tip exhaust because it is freaking hot out here. Quad tip staggered style with oval opening / cut. Underneath the vehicle, you are gonna have a diffuser. I just waved my hand here because I have the key in my pocket, and it actually has hands-free accessibility with rubbing your hand or your foot. Obviously, you would do your foot because you would have your hands full. But that, I'm not ready to show you underneath. We'll close that and bring it down to Chinatown. Why don't we go ahead though? Normally, the engine is in the back of a Porsche like a 911. Let's pop the hood and see the engine in this Panamera. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. You do have hood struts. I love the way how far the hood opens, and underneath the hood, they really cram it in there. We have, like you see, a 4-liter twin turbo V8, Porsche name on both sides. I love that aluminum style, and then the turbos are mounted up top underneath all that heat shielding. You can see our adaptive suspension because you have the shock absorber right here, the top of the shock absorber mount. You can see the wires going into that, and of course we're gonna have a strut tower brace to stiffen up the front end of this high performance sedan. But what do we got going on? You have a 4-liter twin turbo V8 pumping out 550 horsepower, 567 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, top speed almost 190 miles per hour. All-wheel drive, getting the power to the ground, MPGs, 18 in the city, 25 on the highway, and the vehicle weighs around 4,599 pounds. So quite incredible the power that they're getting out of this. And like I said, this isn't Porsche's first rodeo when it comes to V8 power plants. They've had V8s over the years, even V10s like in the Carrera GT. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire up this beast and hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, we are inside this 2023 Porsche Panamera Turbo. It's crazy because if you buy a German vehicle, especially a Porsche, it gets real expensive real fast when you look at checking off the option boxes. Most Porsche buyers, new buyers, spend around $30,000 to $40,000 in options. This one has plenty. Now, MSRP without the options, you're looking at around $159,000. This particular one is $232,000 with all the options that it has. But let's see how it does against the competition. To the door panels. I love the leather, the optional carbon fiber. We got three-way memory seat setting, tons of wonderful stitching and leather all over the door panel. And you'll notice a good sized door pocket, easily get a couple bratwursts in there with some spicy mustard. And we have the Baumeister sound system with the aluminum speaker grill cover. Going from the speaker grill to the dash, the leather, the carbon fiber, the aluminum finish, the stitching everywhere. I mean, there's leather all over this interior, even on the glove box. You come on in, what we have? The optional sport chronograph package gives you the chrono clock up top, 12.3-inch infotainment system, very intuitive, very fast reacting. You have your different modes, easily configurable even through individual. You could adjust the chassis height, your sport suspension, even the exhaust system, real simple. As soon as you hit that, I hear the burble coming from the back. Working your way down, we do have our AC vents, real knobs, real switches, dual climate control, heated seats, ventilated seats, and this is going to control that 8-speed automatic transmission. You got the Panamera name right there to remind you. Open that up. Nice little Jolly Rancher holder. Grape, sour, apple, cherry. 2 cup holders, one for somebody who has a small drink, one for somebody who has a big drink. The name Panamera, this is actually an option, Panamera Turbo with all the leather. Open this bad boy up. We got felt lining, wireless charger, USB-A, 12 volt, and you could put, I would say, 4 packs of Fleer baseball cards in there with the old gum that you used to get that would disintegrate in your mouth. Seats, 18-way adjustable with the Porsche crest, that's an option. The leather all the way around. Nice bolstering, but nothing too crazy for the street. And then of course you have Alcantara, that's another option. And the panoramic sunroof, that would be another option. That is with this Panamera Turbo. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind this carbon fiber and leather optional steering wheel in this Porsche. All right guys, business time behind the wheel of this Panamera Turbo. You have the carbon fiber sill plate with the Panamera Turbo name that lights up LED lighting. Pedal box, I wish it had the better aluminum pedals. These are your standard pedals, and I would like an aluminum dead pedal, so I am gonna zonk that. But there is plenty of room, even for people with larger feet like myself. There's your 18-way seat adjustability. Leather everywhere. Leather everywhere. Seats are great. They're not highly bolstered, but that is not the purpose of this vehicle. What you do get to have your hands wrapped around is this leather and carbon fiber steering wheel. Love the way it's got the simplicity on all the switch gear. They hollowed out each of the spokes. You have your, obviously, mode selector that you could go through your different modes real easy right on the steering wheel. Metal paddles to go up and down the 8-speed automatic. Carbon fiber and leather around the gauge cluster and on the steering column. Plus we have, remember on the left side, this is how you start a Porsche up. It all goes back to endurance racing, specifically Le Mans. And then you have that dash. I love the way they have the digital flanking, that analog tack in the center, almost 7,000 RPM redline, and we have a head-up display, electric tilting and telescoping steering wheel. But guess what? We got 4 doors for more fun in this Panamera. Let's check out the back seat and see where your passengers are going to be flipping their lid as you go on throttle in this Porsche. All right guys, we're in the back seat of this Panamera. Not many Porsches can you say that you're sitting in the back seat. I mean, today there's lots of examples, but back when I was growing up, if you were in the back seat of a Porsche, you were in the back seat of a 911 or a 944, and that was tight. Didn't have 4 doors. But you'll see we have AC vents nicely put in the frame rail, the Alcantara, the leather all over the back of the seat. Open this up, you could easily put, I would say, 4 strudels, 4 German strudels in the back pockets. And then look at this freaking command center. AC vents You have your own touchscreen back here to adjust the ventilated seats, heated seats, three-way memory adjustable seats. I mean, the options are never ending. You could pull up your navigation. Here's all our switch gear for easy use. You got your power security shade, and then the way that they have the seats in here, it's freaking comfortable. I'll be honest with you, especially the way I tilted mine back. Very comfy. Push this button here, open that up. You got two cup holders. If you want to raise it up, look at that. You can raise it up a little bit. Two USB A's, very nice, and an aux jack. Close it up like that, and then more Porsche Panamera Turbo script. Open that up. This is where you can put your Skittles, your German Skittles, so that when you're looking at the rainbow, you can taste the rainbow, and it's felt lined so that the colors will not run off of your Skittles. And then you got more leather interior. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the cargo area, because I want to go on throttle in this Panamera Turbo with you. All right guys, cargo area time. As you can see, you hit the button, nice electric assist, rises up. You're gonna be greeted to well over 20 cubic feet of space. You have a cargo net, large cargo net over there for a big rack of lamb from Boar's Head. And then on this side, you could have a couple boxes of your track Twinkies for when you're at the Nordschleife. Those seats will fold down if you need to maximize space. You got a 12 volt, but this shows you could have a sedan and still have plenty of cargo room. But you know what? I don't think you're very concerned about the cargo room. I think you're more concerned about the on throttle, especially 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. Let's go ahead, let's go on throttle together and see how good the Porsche Panamera Turbo really is. All right guys, we are inside this Porsche Panamera Turbo. I figured let's just go big because I'm not going home. Launch control, engage, on throttle. Oh my God. This thing is a German freaking cruise missile. It blasts you right into the next galaxy off the line. It is intense with that all-wheel drive and that twin turbocharged V8 power. We got rear wheel steer, which is gonna allow you to carve the twisty bits like a freaking Thanksgiving Day turkey. And then you're just surrounded in leather, great comfort, very quiet in here unless you get on the throttle. Then it gets nice and loud and throaty. And what I love about it, it's all real sound. It's not like a BMW where they pump in some artificial sound that sounds like pole position on the Atari. This thing is truly nothing but the business. The dash, the layout, the large tack in the center, analog, like it always is in a Porsche. And then of course you just have the performance, which is second to none. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. On throttle, here we go. Churn and burn, baby. Then you get on those massive Chiquita banana freaking calipers. I'm making a banana split right now. Woohoo! Yeah! On the brakes, look at this, look at this. The transition, and we're in a large freaking sedan, and this thing handles super well. Like I said, a lot of that comes down to the rear wheel steering. All right, guys, we need to go on throttle from a dead stop with this launch control. Left foot on the brake, right foot on throttle. Release, yeah! I love it. Basically what it's doing is it holds it at 5,000 RPM. It's like, it's cutting the fuel and the timing and the ignition for a nanosecond. And when you release that brake, hold on, because you're gonna pull the retinas right out of your freaking eyeballs. With those freaking massive rotors and brake calipers, you're gonna stop on a freaking dime and give everybody some freaking Deutschmarks. On throttle, here we go. So responsive. On the brakes. Look at that. Really holds a line so well because of that rear wheel steer. And then we got that Buzz Lightyear rear wing that's giving us real, true downforce out back. And then of course the V8 sound. You're gonna hear that in your dreams and when you're daydreaming at work. All right, guys, one more time for you, definitely one more time for me. Are you ready? Panamera Turbo style. Hold down that launch control, release the brake. Golly. And then the best part is you got the brakes to slow you down, the rear wheel steering for the turn. This car is very deceiving. You see the 4 doors, you see the size, you're like, that thing can't be that fast. It is that fast. And I'm telling you, it's so tight, no rattles, no creaks. You're so connected through the steering wheel, the 12.3-inch infotainment system, the leather. I want to thank all the cows that sacrificed, the German cows that sacrificed their lives for this leather interior. It's got all the boxes checked off. But of course, just like all other good things, this review must come to an end. So we got to get back to Jaguar Land Rover St. Petersburg and wrap this one up. I'll see you in a Stuttgart second. All right, guys, it's been one of those Farfanugan kind of days here on Rady's Rides. Definitely want to thank Miro and the rest of the team here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete, getting us access to this Porsche Panamera Turbo. Let me know what you think. Are you gonna go with the BMW? Are you gonna go with the Mercedes? Are you gonna go with the Audi, those other German brands? Or are you gonna go with this Porsche Panamera Turbo? Let me know down in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. We need to give it up, Stephen Flood Photography. On his off time, he actually ran the 24 hours of the Nürburgring with his race simulator. He did the whole 24 hours straight, just himself. Did not eat, did not drink, and didn't even use the bathroom. So show him some love in the comment section for his dedication. Thank you, Stephen, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.